You know, that last video was kinda stressful to make. 26 minutes of heavily edited content was a metaphorical pain in my legitimate rear. So this time, we're gonna take it slow, relax, chill out. Relax. Slow. What do you mean this video is timed? Wait, time out, pause, hold the phone. How much time do I have? What? Please, speedrunning gods, lord of internet video gimmicks, and manager of whoever decided to implement YouTube Shorts, I implore you to grant me the precious seconds needed to finish this intro so I can review Conditions of a Punk by Have Alive at a reasonable pace. Conditions of a Punk is the second full-length album from the band Half Alive, and I promised this guy that I would review it several months ago. So let it be known that I keep my word, because I didn't say I would review it in December, but that the album came out in December, and that I would review it when it came out, which is technically still true. This album had one of the worst rollouts I have ever seen, which followed one of the worst EP rollouts I have ever seen. For Give Me Your Shoulders, they released 4.5 of its 7 songs as singles before the EP even came out. And they started releasing those singles a year. That's a lot of days. Before the EP came out, taking what could have been an epic, excruciating tease leading to a cathartic splash of new songs, down to a slow, inconsistent drip of content resembling the leaky faucet in your apartment that maintenance still hasn't fixed 4 months later. Could be worse. But like, what the frick? Unfortunately, no lessons were learned in the making of this music, because even though they got my hopes up by revealing that Conditions of a Punk had 18 tracks, they just freaking re-released every single Give Me Your Shoulders song on this album. Like, what in the Disney live-action remake cash grab is this? I get it. I understand that this was originally going to be Give Me Your Shoulders Part 2. But then they didn't do that. Because, I don't know, it was the album Gotham deserved, but not the one it needed. They wrote Give Me Your Shoulders on a tarp, threw it in a barrel, and lit it on fire. I don't have the Joseph of the Old Testament Bible skills to interpret that. Even if the new tracks didn't live up to the Give Me Your Shoulders Part 2 title they had in mind, and they wanted to rename it to Conditions of a Punk, why not keep it an EP? You'd have Give Me Your Shoulders and Conditions of a Punk, both about the concept of love, but the former focusing on the positive yearning for a partner, while the latter delves into the negative worries, anxieties, and potential fallouts from trying to form a relationship. Two perspectives, two sides of the same coin, yin and yang. But no. And of course, they released a couple additional singles, because you can't advertise an album with 7 songs people have already heard. But freaking, you post a video playing half a verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus of a new song on the piano, then a video of the fully produced chorus, then a video that's teasing the music video, but also a line of the chorus even though we've already heard the chorus, then a video of the choreography that's going to be in the music video that you haven't released yet, along with the chorus again, then you post all the lyrics, revealing there's only 4 lines that people haven't heard yet, then you release the music video. I am genuinely, sincerely, unfeignedly, openly, wholeheartedly, and quite simply, confused out of my mind. I have to be missing something. There's gotta be a reason they're not letting anyone be excited for the new music, right? Where's the anticipation, the mystery, the curiosity? Album label. If I catch the slightest whiff of funky shenanigans— oh frick, I'm running out of time. What if oh shoot. But you know, all things considered, that's still half. Half of the songs are new by the time the album is released, which is, you know, very close to the majority. And I might just, for the sake of your time, I might just skip over reviewing the Give Me Your Shoulders songs since I already covered them in my Ranking Every Half Alive song video. But what if your opinion changed since that video? I hate you. Starting this album with the title track, Conditions of a Punk, the song, has great potential in both the powerful rhythm of its chorus and by effectively introducing the listener to the theme of misunderstanding love. But the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da is a strong contender for most annoying sound in the world. I don't know. I feel like you should get haircuts in other seasons too. Summerland has grown me a considerable amount since I first heard it. It's a very warm, comforting song, especially when paired with the music video, which helps emphasize the message of sharing life experiences with friends and your significant other. The line, "The chase ain't enough," in the pre-chorus of Brighton has my eternal adoration, but the song itself gets old by the halfway mark. High Up, the second single explicitly for Conditions of a Punk, shocked me because of how much people liked it in comparison to the first single explicitly for Conditions of a Punk. Have Alive released a short teaser, the chorus, through a texting list they have set up, and I wasn't a huge fan at first. The high-pitched vocals sounded a bit too sharp, and the kick drum sounded a bit too overblown. However, within the context of the more breathable and thoughtful verses, I certainly like it more. Still think Hot Tea has the best built-in marketing campaign. This feels unfinished. It's short but manages to be repetitive anyway, the pitch shifting feels out of place, the one-note repetitious backing vocals get on my nerves, and I want there to be a crash cymbal at the beginning of the chorus so freaking badly. You build up to nothing, and it hurts! There are several inappropriate jokes I can make right now. Nobody is funky. Also, nobody is funky. Every song so far, including Move Me, is emotionally charged to some extent, which I greatly appreciate. But at the same time, every song feels like it's lacking something. What doesn't help is that since every, or nearly every, song on this album is about a romantic relationship, some tracks just aren't as exciting to me, just because they're too similar in theme. Or maybe I might just have a bias against love albums, for some reason. Going back to Did I Make You Up though, even though I don't enjoy the production of that song as much as I would like, I really do like how specific the message is. It's not just, ooh, bad relationship, spooky. It's, you're ignoring someone's flaws in the hopes that they'll be like the person in your head. The first line of Yosemite sticks out to me because it perfectly captures having a conversation with someone after not talking to them for a long time. I do find the chorus to be a little grating, but other moments also have really passionate vocal performances. This song just reminds me that I like pop music. It just tickles me, okay? Like hee hee, hoo hoo, ha ha, stop it, hee hee, ho ho, ha ha. Still don't like the chorus instrumental on this one, and I think the song shrunk on me as a result. But it's still lyrically very strong. It's fine. Like, none of the songs up to this point have been bad. I know I've been a little pessimistic, a little pessimistic, but I'm only being so picky because I truly wanted an experience listening to this album. And I know Half Alive is capable of delivering a whole, cohesive, and empathetic experience because of how much I enjoyed their debut album. And there are hints of such an experience here, but they're hindered by their experimentation with more mainstream and trendy pop sounds. Sometimes the puzzle pieces come together to form an absolute bop, like What's Wrong, where they're dancing in tuxedos to the beat of Yippee-Ki-Yay while still communicating a message with substance. And even Call Back, while a much more standard love song, captures a relatable feeling and surrounds it with a simple yet effective production style with crisp vocals and a lovely cool down at the end with a quiet, calming electric guitar. But then something like I'll Stop is solid up to a point, that point being when they not only pitch shift vocals, but pitch slide vocals. There's also weird pitch shifting in Make of It, and if anything, I like that song even less than I did last time. In comparison, one album that I think does pitch shifting well is Nurture by Porter Robinson. 80% of his vocals on that project are shifted upwards slightly, but he strategically uses his normal voice, the shifted vocals, and harmonizes them together in a way that fits the tone of the record. For example, on the song Blossom, the shifted vocals are harmonizing with him the entire time except during the line, I love you. And it's just his natural voice, and that works so well to make the line that much more poignant. The last two tracks of Conditions of a Punk unfortunately don't do much to help the album for me. Bad Thoughts is just, this is, I don't like this. And Lost is fine, but a little dull. Conditions of a Punk is a fine album. I did enjoy most of the songs, and I especially liked the connecting tissue between certain tracks. But there's not much that connected with me that I'd call great, besides the occasional highlights. Even the new songs that I really enjoyed, like Never Been Better, which I had on repeat for a couple days, I had my fill of pretty quickly. But, you know what? Not every song needs to be this life-changing experience, even if I would like it to be. It's okay for a song to just be okay. I've been learning to like songs like that again. Overall, I'd give the album a 6 out of 10, but that's not necessarily a bad score. What is bad is how they're spoiling their songs before they release them. Please stop killing the hype for your songs. Like half alive, more like half dead. Just kidding. Or am I? Yeah, I am. Oh, frick! What? Nothing happened. Wait, what? What was the point of you? Well, did it work? Summer comes and I got my head, take a long drive in anywhere, be dancing all night with all my friends, sitting on the shores of Summerland, oh.